Alright, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna give you some tips on some gestures that you can do when you are speaking or when you're presenting. Not just when speaking and presenting, but generally when you're just general interaction one-to-one with somebody, or just standing, or how to appear a bit more forthcoming, approachable, and how when you are approachable, when you are using these gestures. Once again, remember, you're not just appearing approachable and appearing to be nice and polite, but you yourself will feel good because these are feel good gestures. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna extend a little bit so I can see the entire the legs of Jolene as well. We're gonna do some gestures now. Jolene, can we demonstrate to them? Okay, now just imagine that when Jolene is speaking to somebody, she crosses her arms. Now this is a very defensive gesture. Never use this gesture when you're talking to someone. What happens if you are feeling cold in a particular room and you really need to cross your arms? Generally, try your best to go to somewhere you feel more comfortable, because when you cross your arm, it's like a barrier kind of gesture, and you appear as though you are not interested in whatever the other party is trying to say, and you also appear as a little bit cold, even though maybe you might be smiling, your words might be positive, but it is the gestures that will send a stronger signal than your words. So look at this cross arm gesture. In place of cross arm gesture, what can you do to your hands when you're speaking to someone or interacting? Now you can have open palm gesture. Now open palm gesture like that, yes, like when you're pointing to someone, like do like what Jolene is doing. Open palm gesture, you say, okay, there, would you like to go to the nearest bus stop? It's over there, yeah, on my right. Okay, when you're speaking to someone in front of an audience, yeah, you can say, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Look at her, yeah, palm gesture. She's bending her elbows, and she's also moving her wrists, right? Yeah, this is good gesture to do. Another way of open palm gesture, you put both hands behind your back. If you put both arms behind your back, it can appear like you are opening your body up to the person, so you are like nothing to hide. It's an open body gesture. However, if you clasp your hands behind, like how she is now, if you look at her behind, okay, clasping her hands together. If you clasp too tight, people were to view you from behind, it might appear as a little bit negative because of the clasping. Whenever you're clasping something, it's like you're looking for support, all right? But doesn't really matter. From the front, it looks really like a open gesture, so people will feel welcome, all right? And another good confident gesture that you can do. I never have your hands in, she doesn't have pockets, but another thing that you should try to avoid is to have your hands in your pockets, because if you have your hands in your pocket, it's like you have something to hide. Okay, your words might appear credible and honest. However, the person leaving the conversation will be thinking, hey, this person, I wonder if this person is telling me everything that he or she is supposed to be telling me. Is there something to hide? It's a subconscious kind of effect. All right, another thing that like you notice the way that she's standing. Okay, now if you notice the feet, if you have feet closer to pointing towards each other, your natural way of standing, it is a good way to actually ascertain if the person is a more of a introvert or extrovert. Generally speaking, is quite accurate about 80% of the time. If the person's feet is pointing to slightly inwards, like how Jolene is standing, they're more of the introverted kind, the more quiet kind of person. If they are more of parallel or pointing outwards, they are more of the extroverted character. So those are the type of people maybe you can approach to request for something. Those are a bit more approachable. Of course, it's not 100% guarantee, but it is 80% of the time. Okay, so a good way to stand is generally like shoulder width apart. You appear very confident and you appear strong, okay, in every way. All right, another good gesture to do when you are having standing up, or when you're sitting down. One good way is when you have your eye contact, you have your eye gazing at that person. Now you look at that particular person's forehead or in between the eyebrow. This is a good way to appear to people that you are assertive, that you are interested in what they have to say, but yet you are not appearing as aggressive. Sometimes you just imagine if you look at the person's eye to eye, they will become like it looks like, yeah, it's too aggressive. So you want to look at their forehead or between the eyebrow. So that's a good way for professional kind of conduct. Let's say if you're attending an interview, you're looking at the interviewer, or if you are going for a test, invigilator, or for example, maybe when you're speaking to somebody that you need to discuss something, you want to appear that as very firm in your ideas, do that. All right. Now another way in which you can appear as very confident and strong and assertive is the way in which you your facial expressions. Now a good way is when you meet somebody for the first few seconds, you can just adopt a smile. Just a general smile will be good, like just how Jolene is doing. Sometimes if you were to smile throughout the entire conversation, it can come across as fake, or what some people will call a plastic smile, or in Singapore we call that a plastic smile. Okay, so and you notice, look at Jolene's, she's naturally crossing her arm like that. Now when you cross your arms like this, it can be a sign of impatience or nervousness. Okay, so when you are speaking to somebody, especially if you're having an interview or if you're having some sort of a presentation, okay, if you notice that happening, try to refrain from that. One good way to counter that is to practice doing the steeple position. I've demonstrated this in one of my other videos, but what you can do is called the steeple position. That is fingertips to fingertips. You're pressing it together and you're putting it just below your heart level and pressing it together, fingertips to fingertips. Yes, this is called the steeple position. So maybe before you do any kind of presentation, or when you're meeting somebody, a group of audience, or people that you like to come across as confident, as someone of authority, just adopt this position for a few seconds, perhaps maybe for 30 seconds or so, and then you can carry on your normal gestures like your open palm gesture. Yeah, and do not have like a closed down palm gesture, because that one is the opposite effect, right? If you were to tell baby, okay, do this, right, how Jolene is saying, okay, it's like more like a commanding kind of gesture. So try to refrain from that. Instead, do open palm gesture. Yeah, bend your arm at the first. Yeah, that's good, right? So these are some tips that you can use for your general presentation skills. Meeting somebody, interacting with someone, can be just be general interaction with someone you're buying food with, you know. Yeah, the Kopitiam uncle, for those who are not in Singapore, Kopitiam is a coffee shop. You have the coffee shop in Singapore, in anywhere, or you were interacting with your friends. You want to appear as, oh, you're a friendly person, you want to make new friends. So you can adopt these gestures. We will have many more gestures to demonstrate to you in our future videos. Please look out for them. And if you'd like to be a part of our Power Minutes, like to be a guest, Jolene mentions that you can of course email us in the description provided. Join Jolene and her friends for more future videos, and we will see you on our next program. Thanks, Jolene.